Okay, so this one is going to be labeled knee and or knee one because there's a lot of problems with our knees. We got stories about our knees. I'm sorry. Okay, so this one we're in Lancaster, and everybody's terrified, and so the rain is going on, and we were there for 3 months, and I can't remember at what point this happened. I know that next morning when we got up and went into Lancaster, because we were on the outskirts, that wasn't quite annexed into the city of Lancaster, and we went into Lancaster, and I noticed that we were being followed by emergency crews, and we'd go in with the RV, and it'd be and they just like buzz on by us, right? They would. Then the fire truck buzz right on by us, and I didn't pay any attention to it, right? It didn't, and so because we weren't doing anything wrong, and so we go to do some shopping, and we found a theater there that was a really good theater that we utilized there. It was like $1 for movies, and popcorn was all the same. It was like $13 for popcorn or something. I can't remember, but the price for the ticket was $1, and so that was our new little hangout, right? It kind of was. So we go, and we come back, or as we were leaving, I can't remember, but there was an accident. I think it's when we were coming back, and I had to pull over because God had prophesied that there was going to be a need for me to be there at a certain time, and I had to be there. And so we recorded this, and there was a accident between two cars, and I was there to help one of the people, and waited till emergency people showed up, and we were recording before the ambulance got there, and I can't remember what happened to that recording. It's somewhere on my old online or postings or something, and I can't even remember the specifics of the accident, but it was really, really significant because God said, you're gonna need to be there. And so I wasn't. I don't even know why. I think I helped somebody across the street. I think someone had to get back to his car or something like that. And that's what I did. And I might have given a couple of drinks because we had just gotten back from the store, went to Dollar Tree, I think, and we always buy drinks, sodas and flavored water and stuff like that, Gatorade, Monsters, stuff like that my kids love. And I might have contributed because that's what I kind of remember. And so we waited until the emergency crew showed up, and then I couldn't give really a statement. I just said, hey, I just ran across it, and this one over here was upside down, I think. And I can't even remember. I've seen so much that I can't remember the specifics of this one accident that was pretty significant. And I just remember somebody hurt their leg, and he needed help getting back to his car. Is all I could, and that's a vague memory. And so we recorded, and we went and parked our vehicle, and that was the end of that day. Except for around that time, my 3 daughters went out, and someone had tried to get into my Benz, and that's kind of insignificant, isn't it? It kind of is, because you're in a trailer park, you're on the road. And that was my first experience of someone tampering. Boy, I'm so numb of that. I can't even tell you. It's like, get the fuck out of my stuff, or get your ass in there so I can kick the fuck out of you. And that's pretty much how it is now. But back then it was like, how dare somebody try to do this to anybody? How dare, I didn't know people do this. We don't do this. It's not civil. It's not the way I raised my kids, not the way I was raised, right? You don't, but we do over here. Yeah, you don't, but we do over here. That's kind of how it is. Yeah. And so when someone did that to me, it was like, I have to deal with this because I'm having this like breakdown, because God says I have to renew you, and I have to break down the old walls, and I'm convulsing, and my language is not articulating, and I have an accent that I never had before, and I'm thinking fully in my brain, and I have quadrants in my brain, and we all do, and I have characters that I have to switch into, and this is a SALT thing, because SALT, salt, and I have to be able to switch from one to the other automatically because you just don't know when you're going to need it. And it happens automatically. And I'll leave here. This is pretty much Liz. This is Liz angry Liz. This isn't the good, kind Snow White Liz. Liz used to be Snow White. And that's fooled everybody. I was perfect because that's a genuine feeling that I had. I was innocent. It's pure. And now I'm conditioned and I'm ready to fight. And that's a big, big fucking deal because they said she'll never be able to. Oh, look, I already did that. Okay, so now today is a perfect example. Today at the tent that I'm staying in a tent. Not a little tent, big tent. The Tent Palace. It's really good. It's a place where I can feel safe because there's a ton of people there, and it's an organized environment, and it's gated, and I don't feel like I have to worry, and I'm not in any big hurry to leave because I've got a lot of people that I know, and I've got 1,500 people that I've met, and I'm close with about 300, maybe 300 to 800, depending on where they are right now. And that's a good start. And I have all of these other collective, which I have to tell you about that too, that are way up on high that I've collected. But anyway, today I get ready, get my stuff together, get dressed, and I grab my jacket, my glasses, and I get my little tote thing from my computer, and I'm heading to my destination. I had to go storage first before I go to my destination. So I'm taking my storage stuff over to the storage, and there's like this guy, and someone warned me, they said, some crazy guys out there, and I'm like, oh, really? You know, it's the streets, they're crazy everywhere, aren't they? We kind of are. We get angry or pissed off or something, and then, you know, you let it loose. And so I go over there, and the gate's locked, I think, and they've got like 8 crew members up there, and I'm like, hey, are we locked in? Are we just locked down? And they said, no, you can go. And so I walk out, and this guy's like, and I'm like not paying attention to what he's saying because it's none of my business. I know you just stay out of people's business when they're upset because you don't know why they're fighting. And sometimes they're fighting for you, and you don't even know it. So I know to stay out of people's business because I'm not going to, get in the middle of a fight that might be, for the benefit of Native Americans. And so I just kind of, he's right there, and they kind of open the door, and I'm like tootling my stuff out, and and I had my jacket on, and I just kind of kept going because I'm used to this. I used to have to crawl out of my RV in Mexico, and it had electrical wires to the driver part, like the passenger door and the driver door were metal. They're not fiberglass. The rest of the place is fiberglass. So they had attached it, and I keep trying to get rid of it, and they keep attaching it at night. And so I get out, I get electrocuted, right? I have to crawl out of that window because everything's frozen. Because it's a salty air, and other mechanics are frozen. And it's either that or I have to crawl out of my bedroom window, which was, not cardboard, but you had plywood. I had plywood, and it would drop down. I had it all fixed so I could just tootle on out if I had to, right? I had to climb out of the window, and then I had to get it all back in and secured from, Liz's method of rigging. And that worked. It worked. And so it's either that or jump out of the front window, which is easier. And so I do, so I'd have to get out of the electrical issue, and then they'd have machetes. They do. It's a scare tactic, thrill kill type of thing. Movie, filmed, I'm sure. And so, I had to bound out there, grab my water bottle and my backpack and make shoes on and stuff like that, because there's dangerous stuff everywhere because they place it there. And they'll put a $5 bill inside water, and he'll have his electrical probes inside there, and you don't know it. And so I know I don't thieve anyway. I don't thieve anyway. If it's on the lot, someone leaves it on the lot, you have to fist fight for it. That's where I was on the lot. So if it's on the street, that fucker's mine because it's mine, because they said it's mine. And they know that they can't say, hey, that was mine, right? They might try, And it depends on your generosity. It depends on who it is. It depends on the day. It depends on what God does for you, to either move you forward or to release it. So, so going back to the knee story. So the kids are outside, and everything is kind of okay. But they take a walk. They take a walk down the road, the three girls, and they come back, and all I know is Maddie's injured and terrified and crying, and some guy or in a car or something had tried to run them down or something. I couldn't figure out everything, and the two girls were trying to tell me, and it was chaotic, and I videotaped it, and I was pissed off at Barack or Biden or somebody, and I knew it had something to do with it because it was starting to accumulate, and EMS is running my ass. And then I ordered some law books that never came. And then I ordered something else that didn't come or something like that, or got returned. And then something else happened, and then something else happened, and then something else happened. And it was just one thing after another. And so when this happened, it was so soon when we got to Lancaster. And there's nothing on my record. There's no reason for it. And that's the problem. There's no reason for you to run me. And there's no reason for you to harm my fucking child. And I want to know who did it. And I want to know where the fuck you are. Because this shit isn't cool. Because I'm like a model citizen. And I'm like very, very important. Because that territory in yours is mine by way of Sitting Bull. And you know you have to go through me on your policy. And you know you do. Because it's part of the original treaty. And United Nations knows you do. And when I saw you hurt my kid, and I know this isn't Trump behind this, but I know when you hurt my kid, you drew the fucking line in the fucking sand, and I made sure that sand turned to concrete because that line is there forever. Because there is no peace when you have shed the blood of my kin, my kids, my people. When you have shed the blood of my kin and my people and my kids, there is no peace. And then you ran my ass to Mexico, and that's a whole long story. Going to take several years to tell you that.